hoy vamos a hablar del vocabulario de la rutina diaria. That is your daily routine. Frases útiles para hablar. For each unit, we have questions and answers that we have to be able to know to communicate, to talk about clothes we wear, chores we do, what we like and don't like. And now we're going to talk about how we get ready in the morning and in the afternoon and at night. So the first one is, make sure to write these questions and answers because you'll need them at the end. ¿Qué es tu rutina diaria? ¿Qué necesitas hacer? So, what is your daily routine and what do you need to do? Por la mañana, necesito. In the morning, I need to. Primero, tengo que. First, I have to. Después, necesito. Then, I need to. Por la tarde, tengo que. In the afternoon, I have to. Por la noche, yo quiero. At night, I want to. Finalmente, me gustaría. Finally, I would like to. So you can see all of these are different forms of words we already know, like necesito, tengo, quiero, gusta, and we're just rearranging them to create language. So here we go. Despertarse. Despertarse. Despertarse is to wake up. It is a stem change verb, which means you change this vowel to IE when you conjugate it. Do you notice something different about this verb? I thought they all ended in AR, ER, or IR. Well, this verb ends in ARSE. And this se means you're doing it to yourself. So these are called reflexive verbs. And you'll know which verbs are reflexive because in the infinitive form, remember that's the basic form, and no one's actually doing it. We're just to wake up, right? It's actually to wake one's self up. So that says like oneself. Levantarse is to get up. Levantarse. So to get oneself up. Cepillarse los dientes is to brush one's teeth. And you see here, this kind of looks like dentist. El cepillo is the brush. It could be any brush. It could be cepillo de dientes, cepillo de pelo, cepillo de perro, cepillo de toilet. It could be any kind of brush. La pasta de dientes. Literally paste of the teeth, plural. And this one you would say cepillo de dientes to signify it's a toothbrush. Afeitarse. Afeitarse is to shave. Y la crema de afeitar. So in Spanish, when you put the E and the I together like this, it sounds like an A, like a long A in English. Because remember in Spanish, we don't have long A sound. It's A, E, I, O, U. So to get that A sound, you put the E and the I together. Ducharse. Ducharse is to give oneself a shower. A ducha is a shower. El champú is shampoo. Now we usually say voy a bañarme, which a baño, una bañera is a bathtub, and we don't usually take baths. We take showers, but it's interchangeable. Secarse. Secarse is to dry oneself. Con la toalla. La toalla. So, yo me seco con la toalla. The se becomes me when we're actually using it as something someone is doing. So, I dry myself with the towel. Peinarse, here we have that A sound again. EI, peinarse. Yo me peino con el peine. Peine is comb. I comb my hair. Maquillarse. Yo me maquillo. Yo uso el maquillaje. El maquillaje is the actual makeup. Ponerse la ropa. So in the last unit, we used poner la mesa. Yo pongo la mesa. And this one is ponerse. So I'm putting clothes on myself. And then the other verb, which is very similar, is vestirte, which vestirse, which is to get dressed. Now you notice it says it's a G verb, which means in the root it's yo me pongo, right? And then everything else is regular. And for vestirse, the stem change is I to just I. So it's yo me visto, tú te vistes, etc. We'll talk more about stem changing verbs later. Lavarse, lavarse la cara con jabón. So hay que lavarse la cara con el jabón. One has to wash one's face with the soap. Acostarse. It's an O to UE, so that's O would change to UE once you conjugate it. And acostarse just means to lay down. You can lay down on a sofa, you can lay down on a bed. Yo me acuesto en la cama, me acuesto en el sofá, me acuesto en el piso. Tú te acuestas, él se acuesta. Apagar la luz is to turn off the light. Dormirse is to fall asleep or to put oneself to sleep. Also an O to UE verb. So yo me duermo, tú te duermes. Pero hay que dormirse temprano. When you use it in the infinitive form, it's just with the O. And remember, you never conjugate the verb if there's two in a sentence. So if you use like hay que, necesito, quiero, me gusta, that second verb you do not conjugate. Por la mañana preparo el desayuno, which is breakfast. Me gusta desayunar a las 7. So I like to have breakfast at 7. Notice this is not a reflexive right here, okay? Because I don't breakfast myself. A las 12 de la tarde preparo el almuerzo. So almuerzo is lunch, the noun. Almorzar is to eat lunch. And por la tarde is in the afternoon. Por la noche cocino la cena. So cenar is to eat dinner. Cocinar is to cook. And la cena is dinner. So what do all those parentheses mean? What are these things I'm talking about, stem changing and boot verbs? So here we go. The stem of the verb is the portion remaining after removing the AR, ER, or IR. So por ejemplo, empez es la raíz or the stem de empezar. You change the vowels in the stem when you conjugate them in the present tense. In this vocabulary, there's several stem changing. So we have empezar, which is to begin. So empieza, E becomes IE. Despertar, ella despierta. Notice there's no reflexive there because she's not waking herself up. She could wake up the dog. She can wake up her sister. Ella despierta a su hermana. Ella despierta al perro. Okay, acostar, the same thing. Yo acuesto a mi hermano. I put my brother to sleep. And you see the O goes to UE. Now, these notes, we're going to do a little more throughout stem changing, and you probably have these already, so you don't necessarily have to take them all, but you sure can if you want to. So you change the vowels in the stem when you conjugate in the present tense. So for example, despertarse, we have that reflexive there because we're going to talk about waking ourselves up. Now, it's a boot verb, whether it's reflexive or not. So despertar is always going to be an E to IE in present tense. Okay. The whole, you're doing it to yourself or you're doing it to somebody else is a whole other thing. So yo me despierto, that's se on the end, gets changed to me because you're talking about yourself, and then you conjugate the verb normally. So yo me despierto, tú te despiertas, él se despierta. Nosotros nos despertamos. Remember in the boot verbs, everything outside of the boot does not get conjugated. Ellos se despiertan. Now, dormir. Dormir can be reflexive or not. If I put a baby to sleep, it's not reflexive. If I go to sleep, it's reflexive. So yo duermo, tú duermes, él duerme, nosotros dormimos outside the boot, so it does not change. It keeps the O, y ellos duermen. Acostarse. Again, this one is reflexive, so I have to take that se and put it in front of the verb. So yo me acuesto, tú te acuestas, él se acuesta, nosotros nos acostamos. No stem change, it's outside the boot, it's the nosotros form. Ellos se acuestan. Now, I'd love to tell you there's an easy way to remember hey. These are stem change verbs. This is the cheat notes. It's not. You just have to kind of know and remember it. So we have a little video called La Rutina, which you can view on your own, and this is the link to the Quizlet. Be sure to practice the vocabulary so you can continue talking about your daily routine, your chores, how you get dressed, etc. Bye.